At some point, I found out about Jesus, and the main word that hit my heart was the word opportunity. John 8:32 says, "On the off chance that I say these words to you, and they are in your souls, you will know reality, and reality will liberate you." Assuming that I say these words to you, you will know reality, and reality will liberate you. I was so moved by this word. I understood that the opportunity I had looked for was not gotten in that frame of mind of the world. Thus, I considered how I would get genuine opportunity. The response was, assuming that I put the expressions of Jesus in my heart and begin living reality, I would encounter opportunity. Along these lines, I chose to test this. On the off chance that I experience the manner in which Jesus said, could I have the option to encounter genuine opportunity? I went with three choices. To begin with, I chose not to lie in that frame of mind of persistent vices. Second, I chose to stop drinking.
Por educadores e pais de alunos. Por educadores e...
I chose to get some distance from the things that I accepted to liberate me. I chose to turn around the way I had strolled to look for opportunity. I chose to play a game with Jesus. I asked, "What did you say?" I began to peruse. As I read to an ever-increasing extent, I started to come to understand that I had begun to make something else entirely of life. All in all, what do we encounter when we hear the expressions of Jesus? We experience that every one of the frameworks of belief that we have considered so far are profoundly imbued in our psyches with the language of the world and the information that the world has educated us. Thus, when we hear the expressions of the Holy Book or the expressions of Jesus, we can instinctively understand that they are totally not quite the same as the circuit of everyday routine we have experienced. We understand that we can't endure on the grounds that we are so unique, thus far separated. I let you know how much the language of the world has charmed us. Confucius said, "On the off chance that you don't have a clue about the expressions of an individual, you don't have a clue about the individual." Realizing an individual method, understanding what that individual says, we know through words. There was a man named Helen Keller. She was brought into the world with a deafness and an unfortunate hearing. She was conceived that way, so there was not an obvious explanation to teach her. Nobody could deal with her. Nobody understood how to make her a human. Her folks were baffled, so they found an instructor named Anne Sullivan, who dealt with her. Yet, the educator had no real way to manage her. After a great deal of involvement and supplication, she contemplated how to make Helen Keller a human. At some point, she took her to a well. She smothered the rear of her hand and composed "Wa-ti-ra" on her palm. What's the significance here? Assuming you roll, it's water. And on the off chance that you don't, it's water. Shockingly, Helen Keller composed a self-portrayal after her passing and discussed her experience of making a defining moment in her life. At the point when she understood that the inclination that cooled her palm was water, she understood that there was light in her life. We might feel that the light that passes like a glimmer of light is an instinct. However, it's really a language. At the point when we call God, the language we call God will be God. We started to encounter that God is the person who can tackle endless issues that are not settled in our lives. Amidst the colossal process for feeling that people can take care of all issues, we started to understand that God is the start and the finish of the issue by recognizing the presence of God. Jesus came to let us know that. In the event that you follow Jesus' story, you will understand that God isn't a divine being that was met by Jews, nor a divine being that was given by different divine beings. God is the start and the finish of all that is the base of our reality, and the beginning of life. We started to recognize that everything started with God, not with ourselves. Did I begin with myself? Was it challenging to come to this world? Are the issues around us brought about by me? Nothing began with me. At the point when we go all over, we understand that everything began with God. The motivation behind Jesus is to cause us to understand that Jesus always loves us.